The Good Half is the new movie by Robert Schwartzman. This premiered at the Tribeca Film Festival a couple months ago, and this is his fourth movie, the first I've seen of his. And Robert is the co founder of Utopia, which is a distribution that has been responsible for a lot of my favorite movies over the past few years. He's also a member of the Coppola family tree, of course, namingly his brother Jason Schwartzman, who's in a bunch of movies. And the cast here is altogether handsome. We have people like Elizabeth Shue, David Arquette, Brittany Snow, and Nick Jonas as the lead. That was the most interesting thing walking in for me, and I'm sure a lot of the other audience members too. But this movie follows a 28-year-old Los Angeles-based successful writer named Ren, who is visiting Cleveland, Ohio, because his mother passed away. Does this kind of sound a little familiar to you? There's even a quirky romance with Nick Jonas and Alexandra Shipp. We are tortured to brain-numbing conversations. What kind of music do you like? Why did your last ex break up with you? Alexandra Shipp's character references her breakup to quote unquote, did Tony Montana die by falling off that ledge, or did he die by all of the bullets that hit him before that? To which Nick Jonas' character says, "Oh, sick Scarface reference." It's just stupid. And you know, when I was younger and watched Garden State, it kind of showed the state of New Jersey, a place I'd never been to at that point, as like a interesting and pretty place to be around. But on this one, Cleveland, Ohio, I guess it's just horrible because not only is there nothing to see, but the characters on this movie just bash it every second. Going back to the romance, I will say, like Garden State, this culminates to something wholesome, and you know, the movie itself, it's clean and good-natured. There's good intentions from these filmmakers, but you know, it just can't be that. This movie isn't just painfully generic, but it is frustrating to watch too. Like Garden State, this movie also tries to jam in this soundtrack, which really just sounds like somebody in the crew plugged in their aux and put on their playlist. Like, there is a needle drop to the song Sleep Apnea by Beach Fossils, and man, you know, movies can ruin music too. It's not even really that specific song and everything. It's just throughout this movie we have a lot of similar indie rock. It just sounds like something I would listen to, and just did not sit well with me. And I wish I could tell you that the performances here save everything, but once more, Nick Jonas is just awkward. Watching him try to lead this movie is like traveling with a flat tire. If his character was someone a little younger and portrayed by somebody younger, like Alex Wolff maybe, I think this whole thing would have worked a little bit more. The character's not even interesting enough to be like insufferable or unlikable. He's just bland. And then David Arquette, like, man, he is just phoning it in on this movie. He reminded me of one of those NPCs off the game LA Noire, which came out in like 2011, 2012. Brittany Snow is on here. She is from my hometown, and unfortunately falls pretty flat like everybody else. She delivers this monologue at the end, and at that point I wish I was watching like a soap opera. Elizabeth Shue's line delivery also just was a head scratcher. I didn't know if her character was like trying to hide something at some point. I was just unsure of what they were trying to do with her. And the last 30 minutes of this movie felt like a whole hour. Insert meltdown, insert redemptive podium moment, insert family moment. Characters have iPhones in this movie, but nobody ever brings up social media. Our main character, being such a successful writer, isn't shown writing once in the movie. He has a cushy 9-to-5 office job to go back to Los Angeles to that wants to promote him, but he is tortured at the idea of coming back and accepting that promotion because he just wants to write all of the time, as if you can't do that on the side. I'm being so critical about this movie because this is my generation that is being represented here, And mission failed. Nick Jonas, I know you have killers. Don't come at my head. Robert Schwartzman, I know you got killers. Don't come at my head. I love Utopia. I love everything that they've released for the most part. But wow, 4.4. The good half is playing in select theaters and is going to be on streaming very soon. It is released by Utopia. Thank you for watching.